Attention, please.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Dose with DrsKenandTen. Today, we are going to hit up women with side hustles, in particular, DrsKenandTen, who go with side hustles. Okay, let's get it. So, Dr. Ken, let's talk about it. I know I have a hustle, you have a hustle. Why do the hustle? You have a great job. You make a lot of money. Why are you doing this hustle? Why make yourself extra busy when you don't have to?
You know what I'm realizing is that we're living in an age today where everybody has more than one job. And I think that this COVID pandemic has definitely left us with, we have to take matters into our own hands. A lot of huge corporations cut doctors out, lowered their salaries. A lot of people lost their job. And that security that you think you have with a job, what do we get? We get retirement, we get health benefits, we get 401k, and we get matched. All that stuff literally got lost. The rug was taken from under a lot of families because they thought they had security. Who would have ever figured that a virus would take us out like this?
So I think if you watched Designated Survivor, you would have known this was coming. That's true.
Really? Okay, somebody has to watch that. So I'm thinking with unforeseen events, gives people motivation to take matters into their own hands. Personally, for me, having a baby, being an OBGYN is wonderful, but as many of you already know, we work a lot of hours because that's what's necessary to get the job done. And now that I have heart in my brain, I'm trying to figure out ways where I can be with him. Ways where I don't have to be away from him so much. So hence the birth of side hustles. So I think that is why women do it. I think when we have, or people in general, when you have unforeseen events, when you get fired unexpectedly, that gives you motivation. When people have a life-changing event, getting sick or having a baby, that gives you courage to say, you know what, I got to start looking out for number one. And necessarily, a lot of us don't want to be full-time entrepreneurs. We still want to keep our foot in the door of corporate America, but dang it, our time needs to be our own sometime. And the only way you can do that is in the ball.
Well said. I mean, we could take you on a speaking platform because you can just go all day.
Wait, you're making me laugh. Beautiful. And I need to say something else. And so, Britton, there is a conversation you probably don't remember, but let me remind people the timing that Britton came into my life. So Britton came into my life when I was pregnant, and I was just working as an outpatient OBGYN. So she came into my life when I was already in transition, and my thinking was very chaotic. And I just remember asking her, like, Britton, like, how do you do it? How are you an anesthesiologist? You have 2 kids. You have a husband that he has his own career. In fact, he travels, so you have to hold it down plenty of times yourself. And at this moment, when you came into my life, I was feeling overwhelmed. And I remember that you told me this. You said, Kendra, start looking and thinking and asking for what you want as far as your scheduling and the type of job that you want. Start thinking it, asking for it, looking for it, and you said it will come. And that is a message that's worth us kind of sitting in it, ladies, because you have to ask for help. I was asking Britton for help because I could feel that life that I had before heart, I could feel that I don't want to return to working 70 hours a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when Britton said to me at that time, I was in my mind, in all honesty, I was thinking, okay, whatever, just because she found her dream job, outpatient, kids are grown, but it was in the back of my head. So when I started looking and thinking, what kind of life do I want for myself? Meditating, praying. You know what, Britton? It starts to come. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for that advice that you gave me, especially in the beginning when Heart was just only like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, no, I do remember that conversation.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, no, I do. because I saw how overwhelmed you were. And I was like, God, I feel bad for you. I really felt bad for you because I saw like your head was spinning with the amount of work you had on your shoulders, the changes you had just gone through. Like you were just like, running around like
I could actually cry right now. Brittany.
Yeah. No, I saw that in you when we first met each other. I was like, wow, you really need out of this job. And I do remember being in your position when I first had kids, because I was taking call, working nights, and scheduling was hectic. Mac was out of town sometimes. So it was, I didn't have extra help. We lived in Florida, no family, no extra friends. So it was really difficult. I would have to fly our moms in to help us out, or, it was just, I remember feeling that feeling. But even before I had kids, I was always thinking about a side hustle, always thinking about something extra to do. Because with two reasons. One, even though I'm good at medicine, I enjoy what I do on a daily basis. It's not what I want to do for the rest of my life. It's a job. It's a job that I can do very well, but I always felt like I want to do something else, that passion, that thing that I go to when I'm not at work. That's what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to figure out a way to make money off of that. And so that's kind of where having side hustles for me began, because, medicine is very structured. It's not creative. And so because I've always been a creative person, I felt like that part of me was missing. I'm not totally fulfilled with medicine. And that's where I started to, get into side hustles, and me and my girlfriends would think of ideas, and I would bounce things off of Mac, and I would come up with all these different things. And he'd be like, girl, will you find something? And it was funny because it's not like I didn't have a real job. He would talk to me like, you need to focus on one thing. And I'm like, dude, I have a real job. I am a doctor. And I didn't even think about, not having stability. What if I got fired? Because in medicine, you can always find a job. We're kind of the recession-proof job is what we say in medicine. So in the world's worst case scenario, doctors are always needed, right? And particularly the worst case scenario probably deals in some sort of a medical issue, right? So we'll always have work. So I didn't really think about it as I needed to have something to fall back on. I wanted to find something that I could fall forward on, something that I could pass to my children, a legacy that they could continue, a business that they could turn into an empire. Like I wanted to leave something behind that would live further than I could have ever lived. So for me, having a side hustle, it was more about really finding what I was interested in, what I love, that passion, and kind of exploring that.
Medicine is a humbling.
It's very evidence-based, research-driven, scientifically minded, and it's the polar opposite of, my creative side, where I love the arts, skin and fashion and all that.
Do you have any jingles that you know of your skincare line?
I haven't made a skincare line jingle yet, but someone sent me a jingle.
Oh,
and perhaps I'll have to use it.
So, maybe we'll hear that later. So you guys, I want you guys to stay tuned. Please subscribe, put the notifications on, because we're going to have a grand opening virtually. The 800th person that subscribes to DrsKenandTen YouTube channel is going to be a part of our virtual grand opening
for Famous AF skincare line,
right,
as well as the Girl Cave LA.
And we will reach out and contact you. You will be with Dr. Ten, and you will be the friend, and we will have a topic that you want to discuss.
And you get to, if you have a side hustle yourself, you get to go ahead and tell us all about it, and you get to get some free marketing, okay?
Until next time, DrsKenandTen, doses.
Oh, hell to the no. Hell to no.
Oh, that was the best, girl. That was the highlight of the whole episode for me. The 10 mug.
You've been trying to get a mug away since we started.
Yes. Something else is going to happen.
It was like, we ain't got no followers, but when we get them, we give them a mug.
That was deep. Controversial. People will be mad at us, but it's okay.
Who cares?
We need to get together. I need to see you. Don't you miss me?
Yeah, when we get